Draft rounded out with the Severe. We've seen her before, you know, it does bring the tools to the table, maybe takes a minute or two. But if I look at only, you know, which champion has more power in the early game, I would say it's Yunara. If I look at who can bring...
He knows that should know that Leave is going to flash, or like has to flash over that wall to live, and then he just waits and kills him on the repeat. But now Hoya has got flash, but he's so deep.
Well, I don't think that's gonna be enough, as Nayu is of course in the area, ends up picking up that one. First blood going over to NIP. The other day of him playing Ashe, trying to do damage to Sion. Safe to say that didn't go too well. So it's every AD carry's worst nightmare, as Leaf has to be careful. He definitely needs to leave, because the wave that's coming in is relatively big.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some reassurance here though, in the form of Nayu and Niket as well. And Feather should go down for this. Yeah. That's the second kill to the Wukong.
About him being more proactive, about him being in a position in this jungle role to do more things for the squad early on. And even on this Wukong, who pre-level 6 shouldn't really have too much impact, he's already found 2 kills. Talia for this fight, he can be a part of it. A couple of Honeyfruit go to solo kill, so he's got some mana to work with, but you can see it's actually NIP setting up for a Void Grub take in exchange for TT setting up for a dive on Doinby. Does he recognize now that he is the play on the map? We don't see Vi, we don't see anybody really. We don't see the supporting cast, and it unfortunately hasn't occurred to him that he's going to be the play on the map. You can see Niket making his way down to the bot lane, but it's not going to be in time.
It's going to be a little bit too late, as they're now moving in, trying to get something done. Doinby's trying to buy some time, but stepping forward with the seasoned assist. The kill's going over to Aki. Feather stays alive just like that. Yeah. I think NIP really are looking for the scaling angle here. Aki has started the Drake, but I'm not quite sure you're going to get through with that one, because we can see Nayu moving in as well, but the TP's coming through here from Hoya. So let's see if they end up actually getting it. Setup is on the side. They're now looking to go in with the Sion ultimate, but that only hits the backline, that only hits Hoya. Drake not as important right now, as Aki is now in the pits, and they're looking to be split up here. Setup gets the kill. Leaf has to flash out on the side. Solo kill is being zoned, but the damage output for the side of TT is looking just a tiny bit better for the moment. Tipper is now down. Aki ends up actually getting the Drake, so that's the second one going over here for TT. And they keep on stacking their dragons.
It's very, very messy. Satab
has to be a bit careful. Will go down in the end. So that's the feat of warfare secured for NIP, and the kill in the bags of Leaf. Hoya also going down a little lower.
Stop that from happening. Can they take down the Yunara and try and make this fight possible?
Well, they're looking to make a dive possible first and foremost against Zetap here. He tries to pull out the Tibbers, but the damage output is coming relatively fast. Yes, Niket has to tank a lot of turret aggro, but it doesn't really matter as they pick up the kill. Should be able to push out the wave nicely. Question is that enough to actually go for the Herald here? Because Aki is in the area, does get some decent vision. They might look for a catch on mid lane rather. Going with the seasoned assist straight onto the enemy AD carry. Beautifully played. Leaf is down, solo kill will drop as well. And now Niket finds another headbutt underneath the turret, but 1xN manages to flash away and ghost. And therefore, no more kills in this fight. But with that being done, it's now TT in the prime position for the Herald.
So I can't imagine here TT lose out on this Rift Herald. Really disappointing that Leaf dies there. He has Ghost, he has Spell Shield up to start off with.
Communication, why is he hitting another target than the rest of the team? But they were just so sure that the kills are going to happen anyways that it actually turned out to be a good call.
And now they'll reap the rewards of that, right? That taking down Leaf is delaying his spikes. He's not going to get to those Flicker Blades nearly as quickly. Feather though.
Weaver's wall coming through as well. Feather's down.
And that's what we talked about.
He can do.
This Lulu can't go warding on her own. She needs the support of Aki to be able to sustain that. So, despite the pick in the mid lane, it's NIP who stop the dragon stacking, and there's no consequence for this. They don't lose out on anything across the rest of the map. You can see Solo Kill is more than happy to handle Satab, and they might even be looking for Hoya here. They probably just want the turret.
Oh, but that's going very well. Yes, they're looking for the turret. Yes, Niket is tanking a lot of turret aggro, but Hoya ends up going down. Call of the Forge gun used for nothing, and the turret ends up falling anyway. So that's first turret also going over to NIP, who therefore secure the feats of strength for themselves. Now maybe a little bit of a cross-map play coming through with the Herald charging towards this mid lane turret. It ends up going down. So that's a decent answer for TT, I would say, but still.
Then we're looking at the follow-up damage, or how far away 1xN and Feather are, and it was quite far at that point. Now posturing, though, it's around the Archon.
Doinby's getting engaged here with the Tibbers. Cyclone's trying to buy some space as Aki's going over the wall. Doinby is going to go down here possibly as Aki is looking for the last one. Can he actually get it? Doinby's dancing and they end up turning it around as Nayu gets the kill. But on the other side, the fight has taken a turn because Solo Kill now has to shield Leave at all costs. They end up staying alive. They end up actually getting a kill onto Aki instead. Dragon should be taken here by the side of TT, which of course puts them to soul point. Comfortable position for them to be in.
Atacon as well. This is bold.
Turning towards the Atacon. It's a very bold call.
Hex gates as well mean that they get out onto the map much faster. TT though, they're positioning for this. Satab is cutting off Nayu.
Nayu's looking for the Cyclone, but we can see it's actually Niket going in first with the ultimate, and they are now looking to find something as Nayu is being zoned by the Tibbers, has no chance of coming forward here, as the Call of the Forge God doesn't quite do the job, but it is now top lane versus top lane on the side here. Solo Kill trying to buy some space for the team as they are now turning their sides back towards the Atacon. It looks good for TT because Nayu is just nowhere to be found, and now they are looking to pick up the kill against Solo Kill. And on the side, Nayu should fall as well. They end up getting another one onto Niket. It's completely split up. And TT are fighting back. They are fighting themselves back into this game. But now the turret breaking some aggro. But Hoya ends up staying alive. And it's Leave left by himself.
Oh, well, guess what? He stays alive in this fight and he's able to pump out the damage. Gets through the Sion, gets through the Alistair, gets through the Wukong. And does just enough. So many times he's able to find these really solid teams per minute. This is 11, 12 CS per minute for the Yunara, and 1xN needs to pay off with that.
Doinby will be able to pick up the turret here in top lane. Second turret for NIP. I think split push might also be another point for them to look at, where they can generate leads, where they can generate some tension on the map, putting themselves in a better position to fight for these objectives. But mid lane tier 1 turret, of course, still standing.
No spell shield.
Another engage coming through as Niket has to find something here. Tries to throw someone back. Solo Kill dropping extremely low. Still has to flash out. But here comes Aki. Aki from the side. He's going in with the Season Assist straight to the backline, straight onto Nayu. And yet 1xN gets the kill versus the supporter. And Solo Kill drops dead as well. 1xN 503. It's the double kill for the Yunara.
So some very careless positioning from Leave in these circumstances that, yes, he can be given all the gold. Feather, no.
Yeah, Feather should go down here. Not much to say about that. I'm sorry, but that's...
Yeah, I mean, that's a massive swing, though, because now with no support, 1xN needs to be a lot safer in these fights. Double TP out onto the map, Spellbook triple TP out onto the map as Doinby joins the party as well. TT, they've got to contest, and it's 4v5.
You still have some tools, maybe Hoya with the Call of the Forge God coming up in a few seconds. Maybe they can stall some time, but here comes Niket over the wall. Doesn't really do too much. Baron's almost gone. And we're looking at Aki. Aki with the plant over the wall. Here comes the Call of the Forge God. Come on, do it. Smite it away. Go for the steal as they're doing it. They're dishing out some damage, but it's actually Leave who picks up the first kill. Baron going over to the red side. NIP can secure it for themselves. But it was a decent try here, teams. With the soul being on the side of TT, it should feel like more, but it's not really, as 1xN is now going into 1v1 with Leaf, and he just does it. He just does it. He just has all the damage. He has 4 items. Hoya coming through with the Call of the Forge God. That one is going to be denied.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
He's just frontlining. He is just frontlining. He doesn't care anymore. He gets the kill against the Sion. Season Assist coming through here onto the backline. Tibbers as well. Now you has to use the clone in order to make it out alive, as Doinby is also running for the hills. And yeah, he's buying some space.
It might take a while here.
He's on the hunt. 1xN is on the hunt. 1xN is on the hunt. Come on, go, get it. Do it. He's thrown back again. You can see Aki going down finally, as now Doinby is the next target. 1xN with his next kill. And everyone else seems to make it out okay.
They get that first access to the river, to the pit.
But it looks as if TT know they cannot really give up this turret. It would be a bit too much as now the Call of the Forge God is coming true. But look at solo kills already chunked down extremely low as they are now looking to go into the fight. Here they come from the side. The damage output is enormous with 1xN picking up the kills again. And you just cannot fight against this Yunara. He is still full life. He's been untouched. He was able to fire away. And that is Elder on the map. And I don't see a world in which NIP can contest this.
It's not Elder, Miller. I think this is the game. 10-0-5
for
1xN. We may want to see it, but I think we're going to be disappointed with 30 seconds on leave, 30 seconds on solo kill. Maybe they'll go for the inhibitor first. I think Doinby is going to be able to wave clear this and do a lot of delaying. If he can try and put some rocks down, but 1xN is just going to jump on him.
1xN is doing that exactly, but that was Aki in the end who ends up picking up the kill. First turret is already down there. They're moving straighter back into the back line. Niket now up as well, but Nayu extremely low. It's only the Nexus standing, but it's not going to stand for much longer as TT are looking to take their first win in the series of the day. And they're looking to turn it around.
So 1xN is going to be a little bit left out, but NIP as well, what does their composition do? Well, a little bit of everything. It's got some good poke, it's got some good setup for the Victor.
Stings a little bit for 1xN here, 20 CS behind. It's not the position you want to be in after 5 minutes. Good news for ThunderTalk is you will get the Drake. That's nice. But you will still have to deal with the smaller leads generated individually on the side of NIP.
Leave, with his long range of the piercing arrow, will be able to bully 1xN before these fights and before these skirmishes.
Hoya's now getting engaged in this bot side. Finds the public execution underneath the turret though. Maybe he can buy some time as now Feather is moving in as well. Hoya's still alive. Somehow he managed to buy enough time, but it's just not quite the outcome they were looking for as he ends up going down in the end. It's the kill for Doinby. These void grabs, which they will do. But the pings are coming through.
Satop has to walk the long way around to get involved in this fight, but he has no Spirit Rush anyway.
Okay, Hook's coming through. It's not quite enough. Aki's getting zoned here quite a bit. Feather tries to step forward, doesn't hit the target where he needs to. Niket doesn't have the depth charge yet, so maybe that's good news. Aki manages to smite away at least one grubby, and now they're going in for the fight. Aki in the backline has to flash out straight away, as this is not the positioning you want. Feather Storm by 1xN has been used. He pulls back the feathers, finds the root, and in the end it's a kill for Setup. But now 1xN has to pay for his life. Setup left by his lonesome as Aki is moving back in as well. He trades one back, but he will probably go down as well. Doesn't have the flash. It's the double kill for Setup, but the question is at what cost, because your team falls. The Void Grubs will probably... Well, the singular Void Grub that is still there will probably stand for another second. Last Void Grub. Sounds like a great movie, by the way. The Last Void Grub. But the Last Void Grub has been taken back. 11 minutes in the game, and it's already a 2k gold lead. Maybe now. Aki finds a nice Cataclysm. They're moving into the backline. Feather with the engage, but then again, 1xN just goes down. Nicely done by Nayu. Yes, they get the return kill onto Leaf. But again, at what cost? They invest a lot, but they don't end up getting the outcome they were looking for. Now with the Drake up, it's going to be hard to fight that one. Hoya tries to escape using the public execution. Feather is in the area, keeping him safe there.
And it's looking very much like we're repeating history, unfortunately, for ThunderTalk, as NIP are now 2,500 gold to the good. They've stopped the early dragon stacking that TT tried to put down, and Doinby is 5-0 on this Victor.
The plant will definitely spot Feather here, but I don't think Aki has been spotted yet. Now he's on vision. He's going to drag himself over the wall, but he's getting caught out relatively early on, and that's just another kill given over to NIP. Not really much you can say about that. Invade the jungle, take away these camps from Aki, who's now just respawned back on the map. Feather's going forward. Here comes the quickness. Maybe they can find something, but Feather's going to drop down extremely low. Feather's going to be pulled back, and that's a good kill. Necessary kill going over to Aki, and they are looking for a little bit more. Public execution comes through onto Leaf. Leaf underneath the turret won't be enough. Hoya with the kill as well. And that's exactly the proactivity that I want to see from TT in order to fight back.
A little bit of a return donation onto Aki, as it does end up giving over a little bit of a freebie, as TT take down this tier 1 turret. It's not quite kills onto 1xN, but it is gold via these assists, via the turret and the way that he's able to collect. Probably going to see NIP force us to a game number 3, but he's been permanently safe in this situation. Aki.
Cataclysm coming through. Leaf does not really have any tools, doesn't have the Flash, Feather Storm, and the pullback going through, therefore...
Can he get out
going
though?
over through Aki. I don't think... Oh!
Looks like they're cross-mapping, they're looking toward this bot side. I think trying to take the turret in the face of a Cassante is going to be quite difficult, but it's just going to be quite straightforward. A Rift Herald for nothing.
Well, that's how it goes.
Flash for flash with Doinby is worthwhile if you are Aki. It's about if you can survive while doing that.
Sadly, Drake wasn't up there for TT to go for the trade. Therefore, we can see NIP actually going in with both getting the Herald and also getting the Dragon.
For the time being, their defenses of the tier 1 turret are going to be questioned.
You know what? Sometimes I think that's a better choice,
Oh,
but they're looking to get something
What
here
are they
on the side
doing?
of TT. That's a beautiful Cataclysm underneath the turret. Beautifully done. It's a double kill for 1xN. Has used the Ghost, but I think that's well worth it. Now NIP, they have to look. Maybe they can get something back here. Possibly, if TT overstay, they do have a wave coming in. Maybe they can pick up the turret. It would be so important for them to gain some mobility back on this map, but...
Where they move so heavily up to the top side and commit so much to trying to defend him that they don't actually have what it takes to contest this Atacon anymore. They don't have Orielty, they don't have the quickness from Feather either, and they spent so much trying to keep their Ambassador alive. And they are going to channel it, they're going to call for this then.
Let's see, maybe
Still
if he
no
can hit a good
quickness.
public execution. I gotta look at Hoya here, he has to find something. Doinby, maybe the target, as NIP there going a little further back. They are respecting this, and now the question stands, who gets the smite? It's going to the blue side, that's NIP with the soul point. Question is, does TT win a step further forward? Don't think so. Hook from NIP doesn't connect, so therefore...
Well, Void Grub's in their back pocket as well, it's not going to be nothing, but Aki looking for a flank, Seitab, Hoya, they're all pincering.
Come on, do something. Cataclysm coming through. Aki has to go out though, and they are not quite hitting the damage as the public execution is coming late to the party, but the Arcane Storm is doing so much work. That's a double kill for Doinby. He's moving further forward. Nayu getting a kill against Zetap. 1xN, the last one standing because Aki is running for the hills. And they end up staying alive, but they lose a turret and they lose another fight. Which is also playing a big part at this point. You know, Doinby, of course, massively ahead compared to Setup, but also 1xN just item-wise not quite there yet, doesn't have the third item completed. And now they are looking...
Oh, this is a deep TP here. Yeah, Setup's gone far.
Setup's gone far, and it's a 5v5 situation. Maybe he can find an angle here. As Leave is on the side, but the engage comes through from the side of NIP first. Aki down, therefore no Cataclysm.
Steal denied for NIP. They do need to be careful, keep their eyes on Feather, make sure that this Rakan can't get into the pit either.
Yeah, he has to make it in first, and then of course the smite has been nerfed a little bit, but they're looking for an engage. That was a beautiful public execution. Leave us down. Now can they get something more? 1xN on the side, trying to hit onto solo kill. The Arcane Storm doing some work, but now it's gone. Feather Storm going through. Can he get the Feather pullback? It's so important. Maybe get the pullback now. Doinby doesn't take too much damage, and now 1xN is the one who has to sacrifice himself, as Zetap doesn't have the Spirit Rush anymore. Hoya trying to buy some time so that Zetap can maybe make it out alive. It was a nice try from TT. They end up at least denying the Baron for now. Yeah. Would be the Mountain Soul going over to NIP. And we're waiting. Hoya still not
so
quite
far
there.
Away.
They need more time. This is going way too fast. Aki needs to find a way in. Maybe he can drag himself over the wall, but he doesn't end up getting it. Maybe the Cataclysm, maybe the damage. There is another good ultimate into the backline. They do dish out some damage. It's Leaf that ends up going down. But as long as Doinby stays alive, as long as the Arcane Storm gets to do what it needs to do, look at it. It's ginormous. This is just a huge ball of damage.
The whole time, still full HP. Now with the soul at his back, so taking him down becomes even more difficult. And ThunderTalk, with a refusal to acknowledge where the problem lies in this game, are going to lose out on Soul, lose out on Baron, and finding where the problem lies, right? Like, yes, killing the AD carry, typically a good idea. However, Hoya's the one on the fire.
Yeah, he will get hooked. Should go down here. Not really much he can do. Doesn't have the flash. Another one for Doinby. Make that 10.
The top side, he might trade a tier 2 for this, but odds are NIP in a 3 versus 5 in the base are going to look to break open more than just a tier 2 turret down on the bot side. The inhibitor turret already gone before Satab can even take that tier 2, and question is whether he can get this without NIP taking his whole base.
They're looking for it. They do have the Baron buff. Baron empowered minions are doing a lot of work here as the first Nexus turret is already down. Now the TP coming through from Satab. Maybe they can try and turn it around. They need to buy some time. Maybe sit out this Baron buff, but it's another 1.5 minutes. Aki now split off from the rest of the team. Has to move out of his own base, which is of course less than ideal as Niket doesn't quite get the hook through, but 1xN has to use the ultimate defensively as they're not stepping forward. Now you trying to go for it. Phantom pullback coming through. Public execution hits, but it doesn't really do any damage. Doinby is just too strong. Now Aki trying to find an angle. Maybe you can get a Cataclysm down somewhere.
Well, they've thwarted the first effort, but there's still a Baroned up creep, and NIP, they've got enough HP to stand between and probably try and take this down, letting the minion do the hard work. And a wave of supers now starting to come in. TT, they don't have the tools to stop this.
Another hook coming through as 1xN is now the next target. He should drop dead relatively soon, but he ends up staying alive for a little longer. But that's it. We're going to a series. We're going to a game 3 as NIP are looking to take down TT in game number 2 of this group Nirvana game. Going for a jungle camp instead of a dragon fight again. In this scenario, when you're the front line, I will fly to China and throw some hands, because that's not cool.
Brilliant. I mean, Kai'Sa, we've seen again, as far as LPL Kai'Sas go, it's a long, long list of powerful ones as Nayu early into the mid lane. Pillar hits the slow.
Yeah, coming through. Root comes through as well. And there goes the first blood over to Nayu. And that's absolutely worth it. Investing the flesh and everything. In my head that says, if the first Nocturne ultimate doesn't result in a kill, it's over. So, let's see how that's going to go. Oh, that was a beautiful pillar into hook play right there. The next Root coming through. Doinby gets a kill of his own. That's the second kill going over to NIP, and this has been working.
Started up by Aki. Doesn't really have anything to do on the map at this stage. Has cleared the majority of his camps. Might look to try and recall after this and then start clearing top to bot side once again in lieu of that red buff. But the sooner this Nocturne, like we said, as soon as he can get level 6, the better. Particular needs to show up in this series because there are a lot of critics, myself included, around his performance. And as we look at how well that maybe leverages into the mid lane, as Satab now caught with Flash.
Yep. Manages to make it out by shielding himself, so that's okay.
Doesn't feel like the needlework was used as an offensive tool there, and now Satab again still has Flash.
Yes, getting rooted. Here comes the hook. Very nicely done. Waited long enough. Tries to kind of do the work with the shockwave as the pillar comes through. Now, come on, pick up the kill in the end. It is the Flash. And Zeta manages to stay alive. Now, GTP coming through. Maybe they can get something more as Hoya doesn't have the ultimate himself. Has, of course, just used that on the top side as Nayu is now...
Only when it was absolutely necessary did he end up flashing out to safety. Baiting in Nayu and meaning that he ends up falling for the back half of this. The Drake falls as well, and it's off of some really good individual play by the TT mid laner, another player who has really fallen under a lot of criticism in recent weeks. Well, in the laning phase, question becomes, can it do as well in these team fights?
Oh, they're looking for a catch. Lights are going out. Paranoia hits. They're going further forward. And that, of course, is a kill for Hoya. Nicely done.
He can sort of show up his former team and make them regret dropping him, saying this was the mistake that you made on your journey into Group Nirvana. In this game in particular, has given himself a lot of resources. If we take a look at the CS numbers between him and the jungle, he's up, 3, 4, 5 camps over his counterpart. Has that Hex plate finished already, so he's going to be actually quite a bit of a nuisance when diving onto Doinby or leave.
Ooh, Feather had to flash out. It should be fine. TT not quite able to pick up this turret in mid lane yet, but we can see that NIP, of course, picked up the first turret on the top side. Now, Aki in a good position to still go forward with the Herald, because mid lane has been pushed out a little further. And that means another mutual objective going to the side of TT. Well, yeah, has to be a bit careful. People might be looking for a chase, but I think he can sort of smell it. Channels the TP, makes it out alive. And the Herald is going over.
I think he'd done the hard work anyway, but they're looking to take this tier 1 turret as well, and I think that the extra member of Hoya actually means that they can take down this turret and find a decent trade. Satab as well with a lot of free time on this top side, so ThunderTalk, you know, just looking at their composition, we talked about it being very squishy in terms of its inability to take a front line and use it for a team fight, but worth highlighting that NIP's composition doesn't team fight particularly well.
Coming through here into the back line. It's going to take some time for him to join the team fight as they are now looking to go forward. Setup had to flash over the wall if I'm not wrong, but Niket is down. And now they're going in. Lights have been turned out. Aki is still on the Drake, but we can see someone coming in straight to the back line. That solo kill. He's trying to dish out some damage. The Pop Blossom is doing some work. But in the end, the Drake is being stolen. NIP are actually picking it up. It's the double kill for Leave. He has to use all his subs. He has to use the killer instinct. And 1xN tries to trade something back, ends up getting the double kill. Still have this potential. And the lights are going out straight away again as they're looking to find something beautiful. Ultimates being thrown. And that of course means a quick pickup for the side of TT here.
Yeah, great knockwave combo from TT. Does end up taking down Nayu, and now is it Niket or Satab who are caught here?
I mean, that's definitely Satab dead, which makes it a 1-for-1. Well,
yeah. Well, midway's going to get picked up by Leave. I think that Doinby here in a pretty good spot to push an extra wave down on the bot side, but
let's see. TP is coming through from Setup now. They have to try and make it work as the Atakan is going down. It's going over to NIP as the Pop Blossom is coming through. Now we need the follow-up damage that we were missing in the fight before, and here it comes. They're splitting the team fight. Setup doing a decent job at trying to zone away both Leave and solo kill, but it's going to be just one kill. In the end, they pick up the turret. Maybe a bit of a consolation prize, but not ideal. Maybe with the Herald in the mid lane. Can they get a little bit more? They're getting into the taxi. They are Ubering towards the turret. And it ends up going down. 3 Void Grubs, of course, helping a little bit there. Second charge should come through as well. He's TPing. Oh, yes, actually TPing from bot lane into the jungle. I mean, it's still interesting. They still don't quite know. Maybe has been spotted yet as they're going forward, but that was a little too far forward possibly, but Aki actually stays alive. Beautiful ultimate in the backline by Feather. Wow, that was another 3 to 4 member knockup. Maybe they can find something more as solo kill gets a kill on the sidelines here, but Leave and Nayu have to be extremely careful. Leave dropping relatively low, gets chunked out here a little bit, uses the killer instinct. Maybe he can try to buy some space. Maybe he can try to get behind solo kill. Beautifully done on the side. Actually, Nayu picks up the kill versus Setup. Now solo kill has to be, you know, fighting for something. 1xN gets the kill.
Dominated split number 2, and that we thought was, you know, set destined almost to dominate the rest of the year. But it's kind of left by the wayside, but Feather here has looked incredible on it, has been finding pick after pick, engage after engage for his team. He's a part of the 2 splits that they dropped him from. But now Satab tries to TP.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm sorry. There is not much to play-by-play from that. It was a cast. It was a catch, rather. Let's see, the lights are going out.
I'm so confused. NIP peeled for no reason.
They are starting it again. Let's see.
But now there's no Nocturne ulti.
Feather. Maybe they can get something done as the Pop Blossom, he flashes it in. It's another beautiful 4-member knockup. But they can try and turn the fight around. Actually, the front line going down. That solo kill being deleted from the map. Maybe they have something left in their backs. 1xN trying to move forward. They have to catch Doinby here. Doinby dropping extremely low. He's dropping down further. But it's not going to be enough just yet. Hoya moving over the wall. Aki flashing forward. Gets the kill in the end. Now they're kicking up Nayu in the tri-bush here.
And now TT are going to take the Baron. They've got insane. 4 members live. They only lost Feather, and once again, a massive ulti from Feather that is just buying all the time in the world. We were talking about solo kill having a really solid game. Unfortunately, he can't contest with the 1v3, 1v4 situation that he found himself in. And Feather throws his life for the cause as he creates all of that space, chunking. They could just wipe NIP before they even have a chance to take a fight.
Well, they still need room to improve. As the shockwave comes through, Niket is down once again. Ultimate being used doesn't bring Doinby too far away, but at least to a bit more of safety. As the clone is now walking forward and they are setting up to go for the next Drake. It would be the soul for TT. They definitely want to you know, play for that, not give it up. They've put themselves in a good position here as Leaf on the side, trying to engage versus Hoya here. Setup also extremely low, and Hoya and Setup are both going down. The question is, can the rest of the team actually still play this with the needlework coming through? Aki's not able to do anything. Now 1xZ and Feather are left to die. They are getting some kills back, but in the end, it is
a 4 versus 5. That NIP win. It's so counterintuitive, and unfortunately it's Hoya who throws it away. I've been singing his praises the entire game.
I cannot believe it.
Are they going to end here? There's 10 seconds on Setab, 10 seconds on Feather, then they've got Trundle Kaiser. It's just over.
They have the damage. I think it's over. The Nexus turrets are falling. Nexus is the last thing in their way, and they will just hit it. They don't even care about getting any kills on the board here, and they end up...
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.